Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
So anyways, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Yeah.
I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
And I'm guest Starline Hodge.
You are
welcome.
guest. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about this week. I guess we'll start right off with the trailers. The new trailer for Arrested Development Season 5 just came out a few days ago.
Yes.
I'm intrigued. But not like overly excited.
Were you an Arrested Development fan?
Yes.
You were, okay.
Yeah. But I was a late bloomer.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Once it was on Netflix and stuff, and I was like, everyone's talking about this.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I was the same way. I watched the entire first seasons in one night, where I had, it was me and one other person. I forget why we weren't sleeping, but I watched the first two seasons, and I remember, or was it 3 seasons at first?
It was 3.
3 seasons, yeah.
I watched the first 3 seasons in one night.
Jesus.
That's too much time.
That's too much.
And then it ended, and I was like, "That's great. When's the 4th season coming out?" And they were just like, "Oh, I have some bad news for you," because it was before they renewed it.
Yeah, I actually got into it while it was still on the air.
Oh, no.
nice.
So that was a rough time. Weirdly, I haven't watched all of Season 4 yet. Like it's taken me forever to get through it. Yeah, that's what people kept telling me, and I wasn't crazy about it when it first started, but some of the episodes have been pretty good. Like I really like the Job episode, but that's the last one I watched.
Right.
I think that's why I'm not overly excited about the new season, because I was just like, well, Season 4 was fine. And so I'm not like, this was the best show or anything anymore. I'm just kind of like,
some of
okay.
that's faded, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, let's see what they're going to do. And then what's his face? Jeffrey
Tambor.
I was just like,
Yeah, that stuff's rough.
But I was like, of all the shows to be able to kind of like work around that, I trust them to figure that out-ish. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how you do
I know
it.
he's in this one, and I know he's done an interview recently addressing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's directly related to this coming out. Like, it feels like they're like, hey, you really
got to say something.
You got to say something.
Also, like, everybody's really old, and that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been...
And they're going to just keep getting older. That's how it works.
That's how time works.
Yeah,
like Michael Cera's character does not... Like, I saw when he's in the trailer, I was like, oh. I was like, you're a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
This feels weird.
Yeah, I liked what they did with his character the last season. I know some people didn't. But the idea that he's becoming a Bluth.
Well, yeah.
And,
what else
and, yeah,
turn into?
and like his coming of age where he's just becoming a bad person.
Yeah.
the whole again, I haven't finished it, but the whole storyline between him and Michael in the last season was real rough. Like it's just because Michael's just so sad now.
Yeah, he's real sad,
living with his son, and just like it kind of bummed me out. Like, and that's how it starts. It starts with that episode.
Oh yeah.
So it's like right off the bat, you're like, okay, we're gonna take who is ostensibly the hero of the show, and just really have him just be pathetic and just make you feel shitty about it. And like
I think in the larger, once we see the larger picture, I think people are going to appreciate this season as being kind of a dark season. Like everybody's
and
sort of in a lot of low
just because
points.
how I can't imagine people being that excited to watch really rich people who aren't actually rich but are still kind of fucking with people continue to thrive. There's something about that doesn't feel good right now.
Right.
Yeah.
At all. So you're just kind of like, I don't know.
I felt like the show is pretty good about that, where they don't really thrive. They always get burned.
Well,
and like,
but they're still also always fine.
Yeah, that's true. They're always basically.
I mean,
fine.
well, this is why, and I hate it because Tom, you haven't finished it. But it felt like the way they ended, season 4, like it was things were gonna blow up for them in this season, because there's like. This is the rumor I heard, and what I wanted to see was they were going to do something like the Jinx for this new season. And this trailer doesn't seem to have that, where it's almost like a murder mystery, because there's a murder involved in the last season. And it was going to be this family being like dragged into the public for all their misdeeds, almost like the ending of Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to see that. And this is why, like, I'm a big defender of the last season, because I like it. I like that they tried something different, and I like that there was these.
That they tried something different.
Yeah,
considering how long they hadn't been on the air, and it was just like, well, if we're going to come back, we can't just be the same thing.
Right,
so that made sense.
And that it's a little darker, and the characters are a little, like, get into like shittier situations, and I liked how it ended, and I don't know. I hope they don't just do an apology season where they're like, no, we're Arrested Development
like
again.
It looks very much like the first couple of seasons.
And I want the show to evolve a little. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
it's gonna get watched.
Everybody's gonna watch it. Even though, Jeffrey Tambor, like,
there's enough. It's sort of like going back and watching Maverick. There's enough around Jeffrey Tambor that I'm like, I can ignore Jeffrey Tambor.
Sure.
And
he was never like my favorite or like the most beloved character.
But not
every. So it's kind of like, all right, you're not the show.
No, and he's kind of like, his character is an asshole.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean not everybody will agree.
Funny way. I know not every, and I realize
same with
that
Maverick, but
I realize me saying that is also part of the problem.
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of discovering that I'm part of the problem on this podcast.
Yeah.
Past couple of weeks.
We're all kind of part of the problem.
Yeah.
That's just the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they threw him off a Transparent, and he's the lead.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that show, but I'm curious to know how they did that.
He's the titular Transparent.
No, I mean, like, how they threw him off. Like,
I don't know.
Did they murder? Did they kill him?
I don't know. All I know from the show, I have a friend who she's one of the costume designer people for that show, and so that all I know, she's just like, yeah, it's just keep on going. I was like, okay,
all right.
Well, yeah, they just did the same thing, a similar thing with the Lethal Weapon TV show.
They fired him.
They fired
right?
Riggs. Yeah.
What did he do?
Apparently, he was difficult.
Okay,
that's all they've really said.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if he was a real prick, they should fire him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And they're going to recast him, which is like weird.
It. Might as well.
But might as well try. But I mean, man,
I kind of miss that about sitcoms and stuff where they're just like, you know what, like. Nah, we're just going to replace... This is acting. People will get used to a whole new character.
Sure, Game of Thrones does it all the time.
Yeah.
Like 5 different dudes have played the Mountain.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And fucking Cersei's kids have been played by like 6 different actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they got the same kid to come back and be Rickon for that one scene where he gets killed.
Right.
Because it's like, you didn't need to bring the same kid back.
Well, I think with that, it's just like everybody will be like, who is this?
Yeah.
That would have been a more jarring...
That's true, yeah.
Of the ones.
I don't like it with Game of Thrones only because I don't remember who people are anyway, even if they're played by the same actor.
Right.
There's characters where I'm like, oh, and who is this now? Like, there's like so many of you. And when they start switching their faces, then it's
oh yeah,
impossible.
They have characters that switch faces in itself.
They sure do.
Oh yeah, and they have characters that literally switch faces.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The faceless man, Jake and Hagar, who I maintain looks like Nick Kroll.
And who, he does.
And my God.
He does,
right? Holy shit.
So you know what that means? Nick Kroll is a faceless man.
Oh, man. Show. That's great.
Yeah. So speaking of Game of Thrones, the next trailer we have is the new Robin Hood trailer.
Okay, so I watched this last night, and I halfway through, like, I was just like, oh, it's Kingsman, cool. And
kinda, yeah.
You know, but like the guy is the guy from Kingsman.
He is, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, it's Kingsman, cool. And then halfway through, I was just like, man, why is he like the bad guy? He should be playing Robin Hood. And then of course, like the trailer's just like, I am, and I was like, oh. I was like, I kind of wish you would have told me that.
Yeah, is that like a Zorro situation where he's like, or Batman where he's like a rich, shitty person who's secretly Robin Hood?
There's so many versions.
Why
of Robin Hood.
Is he wearing a windbreaker? Like why?
It's because they were on sale.
Why? It
Robin
looks
Hood
like
is thrifty.
It doesn't.
I can't
It doesn't
tell
look
if I'm
like it
into
takes
it.
place in modern times. But he's wearing like an EMS jacket. He's wearing like a modern hood, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's going on there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that type of hood style. Maybe there's some costume designer out there who will be like, actually, those type of hoodies were prominent during the Crusades or something. Like there could be like some actual historical tie to it. For all we know, but I don't know.
If we didn't have a podcast about watching things, I would never watch this movie. This movie,
it hits me in an area where it's like there's been so many Robin Hood movies, almost all of them are bad.
If I had a movie pass, which I'm still considering getting, I would probably go see this movie. Without a movie pass, I'm not going to see it.
Right, there's not much of a chance. But I was watching the reason I used Game of Thrones to segue is I was watching the trailer and I was like, well, I had the thought, about a minute in, I was like, well, I understand why they're making this and it looks this way because Game of Thrones is hot and like it.
It's Game of Thrones meets John Wick.
Yeah. And then, of course, the second I thought that, Littlefinger pops on screen. So I was like, I see what you're doing, movie.
Yeah.
I see you.
As I noted,
the one thing I did like about the action beats in the trailer is the way he shoots his bow.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm into it.
Fuck you. Like, he's just like really like slamming that
the
thing.
action does look kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that weird it's cartoony, but Kingsman was also cartoony, and then you have the guy from that. So like I see it's very much I see you. You're right.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Movie. Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, the John Wick is interesting. That makes me more interested in it using that
because
comparison.
it's just like instead of guns, it's just arrows everywhere, shooting ridiculously.
It just feels like.
I kind of wish Hawkeye was like that in the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the kind of arrow shooting Hawkeye should be doing. It should be very kind of like intense and a little bit more violent and.
I guess
I agree. It's not the kind of arrow shooting I think Robin Hood should be doing. Like I feel like we've gotten to an era where we can't.
Are we defending the sanctity of Robin Hood now?
Sort of.
There's so many Robin Hoods though that it's okay that there's this one.
Yeah, like it's like.
I mean, we all agree the best Robin Hood is Disney's Robin Hood, right?
Yeah, and then the Costner Robin Hood I thought was a pretty definitive fucking Robin Hood for what it was. But like, I'm sick of like it reminds me of the Musketeer movie. Remember the Musketeers movie?
The Musketeer.
Where it's like, is that what it was called? Where they're like doing like action, like modern action and an old story.
The more recent one, it had Christoph Waltz in it.
Maybe, I don't know.
If it's a more recent one, it's the Musketeer. If you're talking about the Disney one with like Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen, it's the Three Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers, maybe. I don't know.
And that movie is awesome, and I won't hear you say anything bad about it.
Okay.
Oh, is that
Fair
a
enough.
bad movie?
Yeah.
Bad movie.
I don't think many people will agree that it's a bad movie. I don't know.
I don't know what I want from a Robin Hood movie, but I don't want a gritty, modern, like weird action.
I don't mind
thing. It's just they're a dime a dozen now.
Yeah.
I want a Robin Hood that makes me impressed by archery, and I don't know what that means. Like I get where he's out there flipping and stuff, but I kind of want to see like a classic Robin Hood tale because that's we haven't really done.
You want your PBS like miniseries version of Robin Hood where it feels like maybe a little bit more old school,
yeah,
and
right,
like
and it's
classical,
more,
and
yeah.
I want to
like the Costner one kind of tried that.
You know
yes,
what?
It did.
But you know what? There is a miniseries. There is a BBC miniseries Robin Hood that was relatively good until season 2.
Right. I think I'm sick of reinventing.
So it was good for one
characters.
season.
It was really good for one season. It was so good and everybody was beautiful. And then they did some weird shit with Maid Marian that just kind of was just like, fuck you guys. And I was just like, nah, I'm out. But man, that first season,
I'm sick of them reinventing things. Same with Peter Pan's the other one. The Pan movie. I want someone to go into a studio.
I'm tired of Sherlock too.
Yeah, people. I'm getting fed up with Sherlock. I liked it, but
I think there's rumblings of a Sherlock Holmes 3 with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I'm okay
that's
with
happening.
that. I liked his Sherlocks though. They're fun.
Right. Yeah,
they're okay. Yeah, I just want someone to walk into a studio and be like, "Okay, I got it, Robin Hood," and then they're gonna always inevitably say, "Okay, but Robin Hood, but what? What's the twist?" The person would be like, "Just Robin Hood. We're just gonna make Robin Hood, you guys. We're gonna just cut the shit and we're gonna make a Robin Hood movie, and people are gonna watch it." and they're gonna love
I want way more
fun.
Robin Hoods. I want all. I want.
How many Robin Hoods do you want?
I want actual modern day Robin Hood. I want.
They're doing that.
They are.
Oh no, wait, they're doing that with the King Arthur thing.
No, I want.
They're doing modern day King Arthur.
Yeah, where like Guinevere is a tough street cop, and he's like a tagger.
I am so.
Ooh, that's dumb, and I want to watch it.
God, I'm so done with this shit.
I'm into it because
I'm
it's
leaving,
so
you guys.
bizarre. I'm into it just because it's so ridiculous. So I just want all the ridiculous versions.
That is an insane idea.
Yeah, that's dumb, and I will watch that because that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I want give me an actual like modern day Robin Hood where there's give me some inner city somebody going after like a big bank, but like, and I don't know what his arrows are. Maybe like I'm just making up the dumbest version. It would just
be a gun or a crossbow,
or like it's hacking. Like his arrows, like he has like some dumb code.
Hacker.
He has like a code called arrow.
Yeah, some dumb arrow code. Like, give me that because that's great, hilarious, and silly.
Somebody will hear this. Somebody's gonna hear this and be like, $signs in their eyes, and we're going to see the show in 3 years. I guarantee.
You know how Ludacris's character in Fast and Furious is able to like hack ATM machines and like releases the money to like in the street. Like that was the scene.
Yeah.
More of that shit. Like just give me that with like, because it would just be funny and great and just
shows up at the Met Gala and robs everyone.
Yeah. I'm getting on board with this because I want more hacking movies.
Yeah.
So
I know you do.
Yeah. More like bad hacking movies.
Right.
Yeah, but
it doesn't have to be Robin Hood. I mean, it can be.
It would be a version.
I could see a hacker whose like hacker identity is
Robin Hood. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a version out of the billion versions that are going to come out, and then eventually, once they exhaust all of it, they will come back to yours, which is just Robin Hood.
I think nowadays it would be fresh to just make like Peter Pan or Robin Hood. People would be like, "Oh, what an original idea!"
Disney might do a Peter Pan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't do it like Zorro, where it's like, okay, we're really gonna spend the time on the sword fighting because that's what Zorro is. And we want the sword fighting look
and
good.
That's what I mean.
Zorro movie
is with Robin Hood. I want them to like consult actual archers and like have like really skillful archery.
I have a feeling like skillful
not just like
archers
CGI.
Just aren't like as skillful as you're imagining.
I've seen some good archers. I think there's some good.
I mean, they
archers
could get
out there.
what is it? Isn't there like a tribe in like Mongolia that they're the horseback archer people? Like their whole thing is like they can shoot arrows while riding a horse like sideways off of it.
That sounds awesome.
Like it's a thing.
Yeah, hire one of them and dress them up like Robin Hood.
That would be
the
great.
Stunt work.
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what like. It's Robin Hood to me is a stunt movie, like Zorro is.
Yeah.
So like, give me archery stunts, I guess.
And that's why I think Three Musketeers isn't as bad as you're remembering. So you go back and watch a Disney movie. It's all sword fighting.
It's all sword fighting?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just do the thing that you...
Where else are you going to see Chris O'Donnell get into a sword fight with Michael Wincote?
It's the same with...
Nowhere else.
With Sherlock Holmes. I don't mind them...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what is he doing?
He was doing NCIS Miami, right?
Okay. That's good for him. He can
with LL Cool J?
It's tucked away
I don't
think
that's Miami. That's LA.
Is it LA?
Yeah, yeah.
I messed him up. I'm sorry, NCIS family. All right, what's the next thing we have on our list?
We got Luke Cage
season 2, yeah.
I'm excited about this.
Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think it's my second favorite Marvel show. I think at this point Jessica Jones might be my favorite Marvel thing. Have anybody watched season 2?
I didn't watch season 2 because season 1 was so good that I just don't want.
You gotta watch season 2.
I don't want to mess it up.
I don't want to spoil it, but like
I've heard it's good.
They create the same way the first one creates like this almost moral conundrum with like, where like the villain is really frightening. They sort of make the villain really frightening in a different way in this. And I don't want to tell you why because it's a spoiler. But they create the same kind of feelings where it's not just like, oh, I'm going to fight a bad guy.
Okay.
It's like, I'm going to fight a bad guy, but there's so much emotion involved, and it's not as easy as just fighting this person.
Okay. I need to go back. I'll go back and check it out eventually.
I think so. I've
just been so nervous because I'm like, my God, how do you... Like, the Purple Man is still the best villain to me in the whole Marvel universe.
He does show back up
No,
no, he's very much dead, but he does show back up.
Okay, but
and
oh, God.
and like flashback type stuff. It, man, I mean, you got to watch it. It's
yeah, for me, it's.
I asked the same question:
Purple
how is they
Man.
going to top it? And I think they did a good job.
Okay.
It's worth seeing, and I liked the first season of Luke Cage. You watched it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Tom, you didn't watch it.
I'm super behind on my Marvel stuff.
Okay, I like the Marvel TV shows doing a good job at surprising me, and Luke Cage does that moment that's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I guess I'm like kind of like he's cool. He's all right.
Really?
It wasn't like my favorite. I was just like, but I appreciate that it exists and I like that it's there.
Did you watch, what are they called?
The Defenders.
Defenders.
I
yeah.
did, and because I didn't watch any of Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, same here.
God no.
I haven't watched that.
And even in Defenders was great, except for Iron Fist. And even then, they kind of make fun of him in it. So I was just like, all right, that's fine.
I think Luke Cage is best in like situations like the Defenders.
Yeah, he was really
where he's
good
interacting
in the
because he's like a very serious man. So it's like just him is sort of like
boring.
Yeah. It's how people interact with him.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, Defender. It's weird. My favorite part of the Defenders is how they lit everybody, which is a weird thing to say about a show, but it's so like just the lighting is so good.
I just rewatched it, and
I need to watch it. Like I said, I need to just sit. You know what? I don't have a job. I need to just sit down and get caught up on all the Marvel shows because I've only watched Daredevil.
Yeah, I started rewatching
really?
Daredevil.
Yeah, I haven't got through Jessica Jones, which is dumb because I was like so excited to watch it. I just never got to it. Haven't watched that. Haven't watched Luke Cage. Haven't watched The Punisher. Haven't watched Iron Fist. I haven't watched The Defenders.
See, I'm
Punisher's pretty
I'm
good.
probably never gonna watch Punisher.
Really?
I'm not into his the concept of his
nothing
character. I'm just like, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I think I like The Punisher as, especially now, but you know, he debuted as a villain.
Yeah.
I think he works better in kind of that area.
In an anti-hero realm.
Right, where he is, and sort of how they used him in Daredevil Season 2, where he is kind of the bad guy, but he's not.
It's different.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I was like, in Daredevil, like, I'm okay with him being a side character. I'm not going to watch a whole show about that guy.
Right.
Like, it's just kind of like, you know what? I get you have a lot of trauma,
he's
but...
he's a crazy man murdering people in the worst period of gun violence in our nation's history.
I'm just kind of like, I can't be on board right now.
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I think he's best when he's like that, when it's like he's representing every single way that we sort of, not every single way, but a lot of ways in which the government sort of fails people.
Yeah.
Because he's an ex-military who's damaged.
Yeah.
And never was taken care of. He can get incredible guns and just use them to kill people, and then there's like no way to stop him from doing that.
I like when the stories do address it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I always just get nervous that it turns into like a weird like power fantasy thing, which that's where it becomes uncomfortable for me.
Exactly.
Where it's just like, no, admire this guy because look at how
right.
Like
you guys might like the Punisher season that's out.
I started watching it, and it was I enjoyed what I saw, but yeah,
they laid off, I think, the gun violence from what I remember, and it's a weird plot for Punisher. I think it. Yeah, I gotta watch it again to be sure, but I liked it. I think it addressed some of this stuff.
I like him.
Yeah,
I
and
like John Bernthal.
They did the stuff where they paired him
Yeah.
with like different characters that are kind of funny or weird.
And that's what they have to do with him in the comics. Like they pair him up with like Micro, and like he has a couple other kind of like sidekick characters that sort of keep the character grounded, because otherwise it's just him inflicting violence with no commentary or introspection.
Yeah,
so it's like he needs to be interacting with other people.
Since we talked about it, there's a surprising amount of like hacker stuff in this.
Yeah, no,
it's kind of a hacker show.
Yeah, is Micro in it? That character?
I don't know if I don't think they call him Micro. Maybe
that makes. I mean, that's what he uses this character for. He's a computer guy.
Yeah, he's got a computer guy
he
in
doesn't know
this.
how to do that.
Yeah,
he's just like, no, I kill things.
Yeah, it's
now I want a remake of Hackers.
They need to do Hackers 2, get everyone back.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Not a remix sequel.
Give Angelina whatever she needs to come back for a sequel. I know Johnny Lee Miller and Matthew Lillard are going to be on board.
Yep.
Oh, man, I would watch that so fast.
Hell yeah.
Hashtag Hackers 2.
Hack the planet.
Make it happen, everybody.
Bring back Orbital as the soundtrack. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be so good.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
I miss that movie.
It's good. We just we need to watch it again.
We can watch it
It's been
anytime
like
we
2
want.
years.
Yeah. It's always around. I want to watch Brain Scan. I was listening to the soundtrack, and it's a really good soundtrack. And I wonder if the movie's good. Because I watched it as a teenager. It's Eddie Furlong in like a horror movie about a video game that makes you kill people.
I vaguely remember Brain Scan.
Yeah, and like a weird goblin with a mohawk comes out, and he's like, he like sees it. He's like the host of Brain Scan. It's a fun.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, it's got a decent twist. And I just don't know if it's a good movie. I just listen to the soundtrack, and the soundtrack's good. So it's like, well, if the soundtrack's good, maybe the movie's
How bad
good.
can the film be? Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go back and watch that as
It
well.
doesn't always add up. But
That and Hackers.
Yeah. Always Hackers.
Should we talk about Revenge?
We should talk about Revenge. There are better trailers to this movie.
Yeah,
but this is a great trailer.
The one trailer that you linked in the document where it was just like, these are all the YouTube comments.
Right.
Honestly, that just made me go, I'm like, but so is your movie actually good or not? Because you're not telling, you're just telling me how people hate your movie.
This is
and I'm like, I don't. So I had to like go and find another trailer because I'm like, I need more context because people being shitty on the internet, that's every movie. So you're actually not telling me anything special about your movie because every movie is just like, I hate women. Yeah. So I'm like,
even if there's no women in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm sure the Robin Hood trailer had that as well.
Which one?
The Robin Hood.
Yeah,
like, so like, I hate women.
I was just like, you're not actually telling me anything unique about your movie because this is the comments on every movie.
Yeah, there are other trailers you should watch. This is just the most recent one where they're just like trolling these people.
I liked it because of the trolling, but it is definitely like the marketing felt a little transparent where it's like, prove these commenters wrong.
Right.
I was just like, So I watched another trailer and I was just like, oh, okay, I see what this is. It's a pulp movie, and I was like, okay, I could watch this.
Yeah, Dave and I were talking about it before recording. It's very similar to an old movie called I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah, which is funny because one of the YouTube comments they do is like someone saying like, I'm sick of all these new female like revenge and empowerment movies these days. And it's like, dude, those have been around since the 70s. One being I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah, Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
Oh yeah, that movie.
The trailer, she like, the only part where I became on board with it because I was like, oh, okay, so it's like a weird revenge movie. And I was like, all right, great. She's gonna get like
as the title suggests.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, like sexual assault in the beginning. This is uncomfortable. And then, but then she dies. And then comes back to life, and I was like, all of a sudden, I was just like, "Oh, okay,
right."
I don't know what this is, but I'm kind of on board with fire ants and like someone coming back from the dead. To just, I was like, "Okay, cool."
It's like The Crow.
I would like to see this movie.
Yeah,
because this is bonkers.
Oh yeah, it looks crazy. And it'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
If you're into those kinds of movies. I had another thought to say about it. I don't remember what it was. Oh, well.
I don't know. Those movies tend to stress me out.
Oh, yeah.
Revenge movies when you spend the first half watching these people get victimized.
Yeah,
and
I think
like,
if
like Straw Dogs and stuff like that. Those movies.
Straw Dogs is tough.
Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave is tough.
Yeah. It was a Last House on the Left.
Yeah, I feel like I would Netflix this and then just kind of skip over the assault part in the beginning because I don't want to watch that.
No, and we don't. We get it.
Yeah, like the trailer was enough to make me go like, I don't think I want to see that.
My favorite version of This Was Your Next because they don't victimize her in the least, and that's the fun of it.
Oh.
Did you see Your Next?
No.
It's about a home invasion.
Yeah, I'm gonna spoil a little. It's like people in animal masks do a home invasion. The trailer makes it look like every other home invasion movie. But the main character, this lady, kind of mentions that she like spent time on like a survival cult or something.
She's from Australia and she did like an outback survival.
Yeah,
thing.
and it basically like the first maybe half hour of the movie is setting up a horror movie, and then it just becomes Die Hard. And this woman is just murdering
them up.
And yeah, like they never even have a chance.
She's low key the main character.
Yeah.
It does not become clear she is until like the home invasion starts, and then she starts fucking people up. You're like, what is this lady?
Yeah, it's great. Like it's a wonderful movie.
It's pretty great. Yeah, it's a good director, right? It's the guy that did The Guest.
Yeah, shit. Alex. It's not Alex Garland, is it?
No,
it's the guy who did the Blair Witch.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were bummed about Blair Witch.
Everybody was, but hold on, I'll look him up.
But yeah, you're that. I remember what it was. Now we're talking about shitty YouTube comments.
Adam Wingard, I think he follows me on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Oh no, wait. Did he do? No, he did.
He's done.
Oh, he did do Blair Witch, right?
Yeah, he did Blair Witch, which...
I get him mixed up with the guy that did Oculus and Gerald's Game. Next.
I saw The Devil he's doing.
Oh.
Death Note, he did Death Note.
Yeah, Death Note wasn't good.
This is one... I don't trust these, but you know what? I like the way... I hope they don't ruin him. He's doing Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh.
He is directing, but the thing is, Blair Witch... he did The Guest You're Next. He did a bunch of stuff before that, and his whole thing was like subverting the genre, like doing stuff you don't expect. And so when Blair Witch came out, it was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen in this? That's gonna like be this
different thing.
Crazy thing he's gonna do to
travel.
This. Yeah, and it just wasn't. I wanted aliens. That was my hope, but we were never going to get aliens in a Blair Witch movie.
No, probably not.
But although like it felt like
amazing. That's an incredible idea, and we should do that immediately.
Yeah, that area is like the Blair Witch is actually an alien, and it's like like it's abductions. They're being abducted. That's
immediately creepy. That's just I'm already like, no, I don't like it.
And
which means it's a good horror movie.
Yeah. I thought that would have been a great revelation for Blair Witch, but yeah, and it was sort of just like a studio film. It felt like the Blair Witch remake or sequel, and so Godzilla vs. Kong, like he can't do anything subversive because it's Godzilla vs. Kong. He's not going to have them like not fight,
right?
Like be friends
like they
or
sit
something.
Down and just have a conversation.
Yeah, he can't do anything to. He can't You're Next.
He can't You're Next or The Guest that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next?
But
thing?
I'm glad he's making money. He's a good director. It's
yeah. Hopefully he gets better stuff.
Yeah.
We
Mamma
say. Mia.
Sorry, I like that we say, oh, hopefully he gets something better when he's doing Godzilla vs. Kong.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I know, but it's
gonna be very bad.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Oh wait, I liked Kong's Skull Island.
I did.
I didn't like Godzilla.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll figure it out when the two combine.
Well, they should just have the Rampage guy do it.
Yeah.
Because Rampage was an excellent giant monster movie.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia 2.
Yeah, I added that in just to troll everybody. We don't have to talk about it. I'm surprised how many people are in it.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in the first one.
Yeah, that's...
Is it the
I didn't
same
think
cast?
we watched it.
I don't know. I assume.
I think it's the same cast because it's about getting like a wife for the mom, right, or a husband for the mom, right?
I think so.
I watched about a minute of the trailer and then I
don't like Mamma Mia.
Is ABBA coming back to do the?
I hope so.
Probably.
Like why else?
It's not Mamma Mia without ABBA.
Like why else would you do it?
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan singing and dancing.
That movie just made me so mad when
that
I watched
Pierce
it.
Brosnan
so
singing
pissed.
and dancing.
I just have this image of you sitting there in Mamma Mia during one of their big, like, joyful musical numbers, just furious, like arms crossed.
Honestly, okay, so I took my mom to see it, and she loved it, but I was so mad because I thought the daughter was so selfish, and just a horrible human being. Because it's like, I'm just gonna get married to this dude and to surprise my mom, but it's really important that my dad, that I've never seen or met, be there. Which is just in itself, I'm like, well, why do you, like, they wasn't there? Why do you want literally a stranger at your wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you care?
Like, walk you down, and then to go through her mom's, like, shit behind her back, and, like, I'm gonna invite your three past, like, fuck buddies to this island to figure out which one of them's my dad without telling my mom at all.
Oh, wow.
And, like, so the mom has to go there, because the mom doesn't know which one's the dad.
Sure.
This sounds like a nightmare.
So like the mom is just like all of a sudden like her 3 exes just show up on this goddamn island. And it's just like, let's confront all of your history.
Oh man.
And like how you were pregnant and like raised this kid alone. And like these 3 dudes who like didn't know also. Like it's just a lot of like, you just brought up so much emotional trauma in the beginning, within a week, you are also getting married. So it's just like, I was just so mad. I was just like, you are the worst daughter. You were like, this is awful to do to your mom. Like, talk to her about who, like.
Also, what? Yeah. Like, why would they say yes? Why would any of those guys be like, sure?
Well, they didn't know about the other 2 dudes. So they were all like, I guess this is like my daughter. So that's also too. Like, they all show up and they're like, wait. Like it's just all sorts of fun.
Wow.
So if like, and it's of course it's the musical and everyone's singing and dancing, so it's just like none of this really matters. But like I couldn't get over it. I'm like, no, this is like I was just imagining if I got married and I did this to my mom and was just like, hey mom, I just want my dad there who I don't know, so I'm just gonna go into your past and like bring up all your exes to my wedding. Like it's just she's the worst. She's absolutely, and like the guy she was marrying was like a dingus too. So you're just kind of like, I don't like this is just all
it's
awful.
Strong feelings on Mamma Mia.
It's just
I got some breaking.
Be nicer to your moms, man.
I got some breaking news, you guys.
What's that?
Breaking news, you heard it here. Doc Garby, who is listening to this right now, hi Doc, tweeted this breaking news. Star Trek Bridge Crew, the video game, will have a next generation expansion coming soon. I just had to share that with you guys.
That's fun.
I'm
looking forward to watching you guys excited. With your like the wrists just moving all weird and wonky.
Yeah,
that's like my favorite thing.
Speaking of video games, Dave put one on here.
Yeah, I thought it would make a good video game segue.
Yeah, a game called Atomic Heart.
Hold on,
what?
Just for the record, we got to do it. We just watched Mamma Mia 2 with you.
We do.
Oh God damn it! I guess so.
I know I'm jumping around here. Just.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
It's gonna be awful. We're all gonna have a terrible time.
And it'll be entertaining for people.
I like the music. I love ABBA, so like that was the only saving grace. ABBA's great. But
yeah, ABBA's good. If you speed up ABBA and like add like a beat, it's like club music suddenly.
Yeah,
it's great.
So Atomic Heart.
It's
this Russian video game. Did you watch Trailer Star?
No, I didn't actually. I think I only watched the movie trailers and then like some TV show stuff. I didn't realize there was more. Sorry.
I feel like we can put it on without the sound, although the sound is quite loud.
The sound, it's just this weird. It's like it's a Russian game, or it takes place in Russia, or both.
Both. It takes place in the Soviet Union in alternate reality. Hold on.
It looks bananas. Just a crazy ass first person shooter with like crazy robots.
This looks beautiful.
Yeah. It looks like I think maybe BioShock-ish.
Kind of, a little bit.
It doesn't look like many people have heard of it. It just looks fucking bananas. Yeah, all I know is it's
crazy.
Alternate universe Soviet Union, and you're fighting, I guess, zombies and robots, and it looks like
it's
fucking
a gorgeous game.
Funhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like the alternate version of Portal. Like Aperture Science was doing this, and then this is like the Russian version.
Oh yeah,
right. Because there's like weird drones and stuff.
Weird drones, weird like science that's creepy and bizarre.
Yeah, and it's a first person, and there's a lot of like gory melee.
I might play this.
Yeah,
it's even though it's gory, it's beautiful.
Well, it doesn't look like a horror game. It just looks like it has horror imagery in it.
Yeah.
But it's real fucking weird.
No, I don't know about it anymore. I was like, wait.
Yeah, Star just watched the part where you puncture the eyeballs of somebody.
Well, it was like the zombie horde kind of visual. I was like, oh no, I'm not into the hordes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is there's going to be horror elements in this game. It just looks. There's like a shot where you impale someone and like lift them up, and then they slide through. Like there seems to be a lot of really cool. Like it reminds me of like BioShock / Wolfenstein, like the new Wolfensteins.
Oh yeah,
where it's just like kind of weird and twisted and beautiful.
Yeah,
and
good shit.
Yeah, everybody should check it out.
Yeah, I mean, when's that coming out?
I don't know.
I couldn't find anything on when it's
Dave.
coming out.
Dave scrounged this.
Yeah, I just randomly plugged it in there, but Atomic Heart. It's on YouTube. It's coming, I think, for PS4. From what I can tell, it's coming for PS4 and Xbox and PC.
I might try it out just because it's like it's pretty enough that I'm just like, man, I'm kind of curious.
Look past the violence and the zombie.
Maybe
horde.
there's an option in the settings to be like less blood or something.
There sometimes is.
Yeah, sometimes.
Just like a 2 notches lower.
Yeah, I had to scale us back like 30%.
Yeah, like just
maybe 60%.
Just or like change all the zombies to like bunnies or something like that. Where it's just like, let's just make it like slightly less creepy for me.
Yeah, make this game less extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're just on to stories. Bill and Ted 3 is happening.
I'm
Excellent.
so excited.
Yes. Very excited.
I clicked on that article so fast. I think that's probably why I missed the Atomic Heart part because I just saw Bill and Ted. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I was like, oh, it's going to be different actors. But when I clicked the article and I saw Keanu, I was like, no.
Keanu's been on board from day one. Like I feel
he's
like
been
Keanu
on it since Jump Street.
I feel like it's like this is why it's happening. Of Keanu went to some producer like, when's Bill and Ted 3 happening? And then like, oh shit, I guess we have to write a Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah, this article comes from everyone's at Cannes right now, and they just announced it there. So apparently they're getting funding there. But it's like the script has existed. It's called Bill and Ted Face the Music.
It's about. I thought they have kids.
Yeah, their daughters are in it, which I'm fine. That's fine because
sure.
I want and I hope their daughters are just
as dumb.
Just as dumb.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to be like dads are dumb. I want just as dumb and just every
kind of the Dumb and Dumber 2 vibe.
Yeah.
Where the daughter is an idiot just like they are.
Oh, I want it so much and it would be so good. And yeah, the whole plot is they have to still make the perfect song, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
They still have to do that. The song that's going to like unite humanity or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So good.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's great seeing Keanu
What's
Reeves
his
go
face
back.
better wear his crop top shirt again. I need that
Alex
fashion.
Winter?
Yeah, I need that fashion to come back. So I want it now.
My favorite story about that is that they each auditioned about the original movie is that they each auditioned for the other character, which is weird to me that they were like, no, switch him. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like they're the same dude. It
was literally them just switching the names. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what a delight.
Yeah.
I'm glad these 50-year-old men are going to be.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want to know what their lives are like.
What they've been doing. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. What have they been doing? Like, I want to hope that they've thrived in some element, but are still just really dumb and just.
They're always it's the Beavis and Butthead thing where it's like they're dumb,
but they're endearing. Well, Beavis and Butthead aren't endearing.
I was going for like Bill and Ted are more endearing, definitely, but like they're always like optimistic.
Yeah,
like nothing really ever phases them.
And then as long as it's weird that it's Bill and Ted Face the Music. Because the first one they have an excellent adventure,
and they go on
a bonus journey. So it's weird that this is not keeping with that.
Like a stupendous saga or something.
Yeah. It's got like it feels like it should be something like that, but whatever. I wonder what was the weird sci-fi element in Bogus Journey?
They die.
They die, right?
And they meet.
They go to hell.
And they go to hell. And they go to heaven.
There's no time travel in that one.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
They use time travel to beat the bad guy Denali.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they go through every possible. Well, they do the Bill and Ted thing from the first movie where they're like, well, we know we beat you, so I'm gonna have set up that I have a key to this cage.
Yeah.
That's the same thing they do in the first movie.
That was great. That's good. Shit. That's solid sci-fi.
Yeah.
And they
meet the greatest genius of all time, and it's an alien. Remember Station?
I gotta watch that one again.
It's great.
Yeah, we should do like a rewatch.
Yeah, this is what I want. I hope for this new one is that they keep. It's weird to say the sci-fi elements of Bill and Ted. They stay true to the sci-fi of.
It's
Bill
written
and
by
Ted's.
the same people.
Okay, good.
So
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
so
excited. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Like, I mean, and like, how much of a risk is it really? You spend $10-15 million on a comedy with Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah.
And it's a brand that people.
Yeah,
recognize.
people.
Like,
it'll make its
money.
It'll make its money back.
You're gonna make that money.
Especially since they're like excited to be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, oh, you're not just doing it because you're like, I guess I have to. It's not I have to do this movie.
I don't know. I know Keanu is excited to be in it. I wonder if everybody else is like, okay, like, all right, let's make another Bill and Ted. Keanu wants like it. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's great.
It's
great.
It's funny that
I hope it comes out like the same month as John Wick 4.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like I want to
just maximum Keanu.
Yeah. It's the part he was born to play.
I want to meet him one day just to be like, like you're a good dude. Just like just a solid like hi.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I
I follow a Twitter account called Keanu Doing Things, and it's great.
Nice.
And they'll just post a picture every few days, like Keanu wearing earrings in the 80s, and it'll just be like a couple of pictures of Keanu.
He's a pure
I should follow
soul.
that Twitter.
Yeah, it's like Keanu petting animals, and it'll be like a series of pictures of Keanu petting animals.
Oh God, what a weird life! Like to just be, like to be someone who someone has a Twitter account of like all your old pictures.
Yeah,
just being like, here, this is what you used to do.
Well, Keanu is like 3 or 4 different memes. So
yeah,
that alone is interesting, like an interesting existence. Speaking of Keanu, Jordan Peele's new movie is called Us, and that's all anybody knows about it. But he just released an image of the poster for it.
Yeah.
Right, it's a good looking poster.
Is it going to be another horror?
I think so. That's kind of how it's.
Everybody's
billed.
painting it as like his big follow up to Get Out.
And I think it says on the poster like the terrifying new film from the mind of Get Out or something.
That's great.
Okay, yeah,
I definitely want to see him expand, but I also get mad whenever a horror director suddenly immediately stops doing horror when they get a hit. So I appreciate this.
I feel like he probably has three really good horror movie concepts in him, and then he'll probably do something else.
Right.
Well, and then he's going to do Twilight Zone too, which I'm really excited about.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, it says A New Nightmare from the mind of Academy Award winner Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
And
I'm intrigued.
That's the poster if you didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw the poster. I was just like, ooh, what is that? And then, so I mean, we don't know anything about it. So it's just
nothing
more like,
about it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm on board.
Two silhouettes of 2 different people's heads, and it kind of forms a heart. It's black and white.
Yeah, I will read the Wikipedia of the plot before I go watch that one, like I did for Get Out, and enjoy it just as much.
Yeah. We were talking about this recently, but it's me and Tom were. It's insane that, to me, that Get Out didn't win Best Picture.
Right.
Over The Shape of Water.
Right. I just did that podcast, Blockbusting.
Yeah.
Talking about Shape of Water, which is just, man, it's like Shape of Water is like okay. I mean, there's a lot of good things about it, but like, man, yeah,
it's a no-brainer.
Like it's objectively like, no,
Shape
this
of
is
Water,
the better film.
Yeah,
like,
I would say, give it Shape of Water Best Director. Guillermo del Toro is a great director.
Cinematography is good.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm glad Blade Runner got it, but
of course, it's a technically good film. But
yeah, but like story-wise, it's bad,
story.
And compared to Get Out, like
it's crazy. To Get Out, which is like such a tight screen,
and very unique. Like it's just different. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And certainly the more culturally relevant. Like in 5 years, who's going to be talking about?
That's the thing. It's another one of those cases where
crash.
People are going to look back and be like, can you believe what won Best Picture this?
It's another fucking Shakespeare in Love.
Or The Artist.
Yeah,
you guys remember The Artist?
No. I remember it being black and white, maybe?
Yeah,
it's so they released a silent film about making movies, and so Hollywood's
like,
the
Academy crap. We talked about that actually. Yeah, that comes up on the Blockbusting episode that everybody should listen to.
That movie
with Jay Light.
Yeah,
Get Out's going to be part of like just culture. Like whenever we talk about people and stuff, I'm like, oh, you're in the sunken place is a thing now.
Yeah.
Like that's just like, oh, if you don't know that reference, you will eventually understand that reference.
And it's like, people are gonna that movie's gonna be in school. Like,
yeah. That was this is sort of the segue. The Donald Glover.
Oh, the
video.
sunken place. Yeah,
so
I didn't get that until you said that.
Yeah,
I thought it was doing another. Well, I mean, I guess.
Well, I think
there's so many interpretations. Of it.
Right. Like, because I was thinking, okay, so I thought of it was being like pointing out like a classic kind of racist character thing because you can only see his eyes and his teeth for a while.
Mm-hmm. No, that's like, part of it too. The thing
there's
is,
so much in this video.
There's so many layers in this video because it's him running from the sunken place at the end, but it's also somebody else pointed out saying that it's also him, despite being an entertainer the whole time, and that it doesn't
he's not safe.
He's not safe either. So he's still running, even though he played the whole part and was just like, I'm dancing. It doesn't save you. So there's that level too. And I'm just like, what is this video?
There's so many. It's such a good video.
People making GIFs out of the different dances. It's like also adds like that's his point.
Yes,
so it's like, oh my god, this is such you guys. It's This Is America. If you guys haven't watched it, I'm sure everybody has by now.
Yeah, I watch it. I
watched
didn't mean to. I watch it every day.
And the thing is, it's such a good jam too. Like,
the song's been in my head too.
I'll just put it on and be like, and I'll just start like, I'm like, I feel weird dancing to this, but it's a good beat that you're supposed to dance.
And again,
to
that's
too.
the point. Like, that's all the man.
There's so much to it. It's so good.
The Jim Crow imagery that people have they've compared it to like his pose in the beginning when he first shoots the guy. It's the Jim Crow picture pose, and he's wearing they're like, he's wearing like Confederate pants and yellow shoes, which is also part of the imagery that. I was just like, what?
I didn't catch that stuff.
Yeah, I gotta do. I'm sure someone has done.
There's so many like deep dives that are into this video that is just like man, like all the facial expressions he's making, it's very much like the old school Jim Crow imagery.
He does.
As well.
Somebody pointed out on Twitter he does briefly do Forrest Whitaker eye from Community.
Oh, I just got to that episode. I'm watching Community, you guys, for the first time.
Aw.
It's a good show. It's
solid.
I get it. I get why people were talking about that show.
I'm trying to think of the other, like all the dance moves are all like viral dance trends that are going on right now, to the point where I was kind of grateful that somebody was like listing what the dances are, because I'm like, I like those dances and I want to learn how to do them, but I don't know what they're called to look them up. So there's a few that I was just like, that like weird kick thing that he does with the group. I was just like, I really want to learn how to do that. And sure enough, I looked it up. I was like, well, I know that's not the point of the video. It's kind of the point of the video, but I went and looked up how to learn how to do that dance.
I think it's
That's part of what makes it so good.
That's part of what makes a good music video too, is the dancing.
The dancing,
just,
sure.
Just the rewatch
the choreography
value
of it.
Because again, there's so many levels of it, and that's why it makes me want to rewatch it, because it's just entertaining to watch, and there's so much going on, and you're trying to notice
really
it.
Did you guys see the horse the first time through?
Oh yeah, that fucking horse.
I didn't see the
horse. The horse is great.
It took like two watches before I noticed the horse. I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening? They're like, oh yeah, that's like the horse that's at the end of the Bible, bringing in like, it's like pestilence. And it's followed by, like people were like, oh, the horse represents petulance, which brings on death, and it's immediately followed by the cop car. So it's just like the horse is leading.
Yeah,
I was like, excuse what? Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's behold a white horse.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's the horse's pestilence. The rider's name is death, something like that.
Part of me
say it in Tombstone.
Part of me wants him to be like here, watching all these articles and being like, wow, I just threw together cool shit, like. But obviously that's not it.
Yeah, no. It was very deliberate.
I think every image in this is very intentional.
The gun's being treated with like way more respect than the people in the bodies.
Yes, when he passes it.
Somebody every time he shoots somebody comes up with like a red cloth to take the gun and like fold it and honor it.
It's so perfect.
I didn't catch that until just now.
Oh yeah. Like every time there's a kid that runs up and like just gently takes the gun and like folds it, and same thing with the AK, same thing. And then
perfect.
they just drag the bodies off. Yeah. Like it's just kind of like, oh my,
so fucking
the
good.
Church shooting, because that happened.
Yeah, that like fucking happened.
And you're just like
Yeah.
No, it's a brutal fucking video. And it's so good.
And also just like he produces the handgun from behind his back, but like the AK, he just kind of reaches out. And
somebody just gives it to him.
Yeah, so it's just like you can get this. You just here's a gun, like.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so good.
Man, it's great.
Somebody was pointing out that the kids are the ones who are following him around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the kids who are recording everything too. Like, so it's a weird kind of like the kids are following.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the kids following the celebrity, but it's also and kind of like taking his cue and doing everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the kids with the cameras and recording everything that's going around and are actually the ones documenting. Like it's like the kids are following these heroes, but they're also possibly the ones who could maybe save us, but not really, because who are they paying attention to? And you don't ever actually see what they're recording. Yeah. They might be recording the dancing, or they might be recording the violence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's.
I think they're doing both, right? Like, see, every way,
yeah.
Like just consuming the video in any way that you can is like it's like proves his point. Because there's like 19 different points, and there's so much to this video. It's so fucking good,
and it's all just in a warehouse with just props and people. Like it's so good,
and it's a couple of impressive tracking shots. It's like there's like maybe
it's like
5 cuts in it.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm imagining I was trying to imagine like doing the choreography for this. I'm like, how many takes was this?
Yeah,
a lot.
Because holy crap, like just
all the stuff in the background. Like, I mean, I'm sure they were less specific about their activity in the background, but it's still like blocking.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
And you have to have it blocked so in the beginning. You don't notice it the first time, but like Donald Glover is behind these 2 pillars, so you can't see him until the camera comes around. Then the second time you watch it, you can kind of see him because you know what to look for, but just the way that it comes in, pans around the guy with the guitar, and then comes around, and then suddenly he's there.
The cinematography is great.
It's great,
The last shot before them running, too, like it frames them in a way where it closes in on him.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
What a good fucking...
I think somebody was trying to point out like what the I didn't catch what it was, but something like because he's standing on the cars at the end, and apparently there's supposed to be some symbolism with the types of cars that are there.
Probably.
But I don't know what. I didn't look too hard into that.
The first thing I thought of was Michael Jackson.
Me too. Yeah.
And Beyonce stands on cars too, but she was standing on cop cars in her video. So
Didn't Michael Jackson the black or white video?
Black or white, yeah. He danced. He bashed a cop car apart. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and SZA was sitting on one of the cars at the end, which everyone was just like, oh, like they're working together on something soon. So that was just kind of like because she's a very prominent up and coming artist who's also talking about these issues and like that whole thing. She's great, by the way. If you haven't heard SZA, she's fantastic.
I haven't. Yeah,
me either.
Check it out.
She's very sultry and like just talks about like black sexuality and all of that, and yeah, she's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next thing is I had the Tarantino stuff on there, which is fine. It's just his Manson his Manson movie is pushing forward. It's got Burt Reynolds in it now.
Sure.
Kurt Russell, Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
is,
Burt Reynolds is
taking
Sharon
Tate.
Vacation from avocado farming. He's the avocado farmer, right?
No, it's Selleck. Tom
Oh
Selleck.
God, I get those two confused.
I get the mustache does it.
It's the mustache.
That's my favorite.
Tom Selleck is the avocado farmer. Who hates
avocados. He just farms them because he thinks it's like lucrative.
Yeah,
I mean it is.
Yeah, I just love him getting up every morning being like, these fucking avocados.
Just thinking about Magnum getting out of bed every morning and just like frowning as hard as he can at his avocado grove.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our Tarantino.
That's our Tarantino story.
Yeah.
That Manson movie's moving forward. Dave, you want to tell us about a movie that deserves more hype?
I do. I'm very excited about this. People might be aware. I don't know. I don't know how aware people are. I wasn't aware of this. It was the world premiere happened May 4th. So
a few days ago. Yeah.
Last Friday. It's a movie called Manos Returns, which I think some people will already know what that means. It is a sequel to Manos: The Hands of Fate, which is one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Quentin Tarantino, Quentin Tarantino owns one of the only
copies of it. It's the people who made Mystery Science Theater cite it as the worst movie they have ever watched.
Yeah,
it's one of the more popular episodes of Mystery Science Theater.
It's one of the biggest, and it's even they can't really save the movie.
It's a boring episode.
It's about a family who drives. For 20 minutes, it's just driving.
Yeah.
And they drive. No. There's a few things about this movie. One was it was made on like a bet that this guy could make a movie or something. It was shot with a camera that could only film for 30 seconds at a time. There was no sound. They dubbed it with 3 people dubbed it. One woman did all the females, and then 2 guys. It is a train wreck of a movie. I forget when it was made.
I feel like 60s or 70s.
Yeah, and so it's about this family that go to this weird, mysterious cabin, and there's a caretaker named Torgo, and he talks weird and has like weird goat legs.
It is very unclear that he has goat legs.
Yes.
He just he walks in a weird way, and it's like about halfway through the movie, you're like, oh, he's supposed to be a satyr.
Right, yeah.
And he just keeps talking about he's walking funny.
Yeah, and he has this weird theme every time he walks.
Oh, yeah. They've reused it in many Mystery Science Theater episodes.
Yeah.
The Manos theme.
And he talks about the master, and the master is going to be displeased that there's people there. And there's a painting of the master on the wall, and there's a evil dog at one point. There's a bunch of things. There's
an unfloored basement, just a dirt basement full of women.
Yes, and
dressed in white.
What?
Are they in a basement? Or I thought they were in the woods.
I thought that was in
basically
the house.
what happens is the master. The plot.
Spoilers
for Manos.
Everything you're describing doesn't sound like a bad movie. It sounds like a bizarre movie, but it doesn't sound like a bad movie.
There's a universe where you could make a good version of Manos, but the whole thing is the master is this ancient guy, and he collects women as wives, basically. And the ending is
that old chestnut.
The ending is Torgo dies, and I think the husband becomes the new Torgo.
Yeah, husband becomes new
and
Torgo.
then the daughter and the wife become one of his women, and they're like in a weird coma in a circle. And I think it's outside. It might have been in a basement. There's a lot of weird parts. There's a part where all the wives fight, and it's like
for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute of just women in white dresses just brawling,
but like not entertaining brawling, just kind of like rolling around in the dirt, and like
the movie is a fucking mess, and it's known for one of the worst movies. And after Kickstarter, they have created Manos Returns, which will feature 3 of the original cast members.
Not all of them, because 2 of them committed suicide.
Yes.
When the movie was made.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
It takes place 50 years after.
And also
Manos.
because it's 50 years later, so some of them have died of natural causes.
Surprisingly, the master, the guy who played the master, is back, and the wife and daughter are back. And then there's a cop in the original, a sheriff who does nothing to do with the plot. Like, he never comes into play, I don't think, but his son...
So this is already out.
...is playing. It just premiered. It was kickstarted and made like $30,000, which was apparently enough.
That's a lot of money for this type of movie.
Yeah.
It seems.
It looks exactly like the original.
And that's the best parts. If you watch the trailer, it doesn't look good, but not in a way that they intentionally made it
right.
bad.
They didn't approach it from the Sharknado thing. Let's make an ironic sequel to Manos.
They just made like a straight, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a way to do it.
This is an earnest sequel to Manos.
I'm very excited to see what they come up with.
If they only made $30,000, I'm like, how did they pay everybody?
I suspect it was a passion project for many of these people.
Well, I was looking at the Kickstarter. One of the goals, the $30,000 goal, was that only if they hit that could they get the original actors back.
So that's
so
just
they
their
must
money.
have asked for something. Yeah, they must have been like, I need rent. Like,
give me like $1,000.
Yeah,
I would imagine like at least everybody got $2,000.
Also, the actor who played the master did pass away recently. I think after this film was shot.
But after he captured his final performance in Manos Returns.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Manos
Rest
is
in paradise, the master.
Wow.
Manos is, I believe, Spanish for hands.
It is,
Yes.
So the title is Hands, the Hands of Fate.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yep. And this movie's title is Hands Return.
Yeah, Hands Return.
No.
And the only reason it's called that is
it?
I think because he has a cloak
right?
that has hands on it.
They do. That's really the only.
And that's
reference
really
to
the
it.
only reference to hands in Manos, the Hands of Fate.
I kind of want to watch the Mystery Science version.
Yeah, it's
Give it
quite
a shot.
good.
It's
quite good.
It's something.
There is still like
They still kind of struggle. Like, it's not the best episode because the movie is so bad. They're like, Jesus, how do we even make like?
And they have the
like,
evil.
It's like a weird thing. Like, I want to know. I want to be a part of this weird. Like, I want to know about this, but do I want to push myself through this?
They have a point where the evil scientists even apologize, for showing them the movie of like, we've gone too far.
It's so boring that they struggle to.
I'm pretty sure that's the one. I know there's one. It might have been that one where there's just a part where there's just a long period of them driving, and then just one of them just goes, like they aren't even making jokes anymore.
Yeah. It's the Wide World of Batwoman.
Oh,
at the very end where Tom Servo just goes like, because it's like this drawn out sequence of all the women dancing.
Oh god. Fucking Manos.
Oh.
So yeah, check that out. I'm sure it'll be VOD somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be
long.
seeing it soon.
And that's a show.
Yeah, that is certainly a show.
Star, what do you want to plug? Where can we find you?
Please go read my webcomic, rubywhipple.com. Ruby spelled with an I. And follow me on Twitter at StarlineX, pronounced Starline X.
Thanks. Well, thanks for coming and doing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for listening, people.
All right. See everybody later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info. Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.